Rest in peace to 18-year-old Jemario Baker. I just now heard about the shooting that occurred at the graduation yesterday at Fairfield High School, and they say that 3 other people was injured, and one included a 11-year-old young girl, as well as a 20-year-old and a 25-year-old. Now, I don't believe that they released the conditions of those 3 people that was injured, but I want to send prayers and love to them. I also want to say rest in peace to 18-year-old Jemario Baker, as well as send prayers and love to his family. I know that that'll never bring Jemario back, but I still want to send y'all prayers and love. And I also want to say, I truly hope that the police expeditiously finds those that's responsible for the shooting that occurred at that graduation, because not only did you steal that graduation away from those graduates, but you also stole it away from the families and the friends, as well as the teachers and the faculty at that school that worked so hard to help those children to be able to make it across the stage. I also want to say, my bad, y'all, I was finna lose it, so I had to get myself together real quick. But I also want to say that I just watched a video of a mom who's also an aunt that went to that graduation to support, I believe she said, her nephew at that graduation. She said that she saw a video of somebody speaking about what happened to 18-year-old Jemario Baker and the unfortunate occurrence of him losing his life, and that they were seeing in the comment section of people making racist comments and saying that he deserved to lose his life based off of his skin color. Nobody deserves to lose their life based off of their skin color simply because they were born who they are and they cannot control who they are born being. But you know, until the world changes, we always gonna have ignorant, hateful people on this earth, and I'm truly hoping and praying that God one day be able to reach your heart and remove that hatred out of your heart and turn it to love, because that's the only way the world's gonna get better. Regardless of skin color, put yourself in the shoes of the families and friends that was there at that graduation to watch their loved one to graduate and walk across that stage. You know, I just had my kindergarten son. He just graduated kindergarten. Now, I know kindergarten is way far off from high school, but I also seen the kindergarten fight where parents was in there fighting with each other and everything and ruined that kindergarten graduation for the kids. Imagine how you would feel being at a graduation for your loved one and something like this happens and they ruin the graduation for your loved one. How would you feel? That's the same way that you should feel right now for what happened to Jemario Baker, as well as the other people at that graduation. You know, as humans, when something happens to us, it's easy for us to say, you should know how I feel. You should know how I feel. You should be able to understand how I feel. But how is it that when it happens to somebody else, we make it seem like it's so hard for us to understand how they feel when they're dealing with what they're dealing with? You and I both know that you'll be pissed off and you'll be hurt behind this situation. So therefore, everybody should be pissed off and hurt behind this situation for those families and all of those people that was there at that graduation. And again, rest in peace to 18-year-old Jemario Baker. Love and prayers to his family, as well as I want to send prayers and love to the family of the other 3 people that was injured in this situation and a speedy recovery, as well as I want to send prayers and love to all of those that was there at that graduation and affected by this. Justice for 18-year-old Jemario Baker, as well as for everybody else that had to be at that graduation while the shooting occurred. And I'm truly hoping that they find the person and or those that's responsible for the shooting and they hold them accountable to the fullest extent.